Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing this cut crease glittery eye makeup look. I wasn't quite sure what kind of lip colour to team it up with, but I did go for a darker plummy lip liner. All the information is going to be listed in the description box below, so please go ahead and check it out if you guys are interested. Okay, so on my face at the moment I actually have nothing on, no moisturiser, nothing prepped at all. For my brows, the other day I did use black henna again. I do tend to use black henna sometimes just to kind of fill in my brows, but I will be going over them slightly with some shadows later on. Today's foundation, I'm actually going to be using something slightly different. It is by Grimace. This is Cake Makeup, and I'm going to be using two shades. This is J7 and this is B5, because I find that I believe the ideal shade would have been J6 I think, but they didn't have it on their website. For this kind of cake makeup you do need a sponge. This is a damp sponge from Kiko, and I'm going to start off by using the darker shade, which is J7, and this is a lot more reddish. It's quite close to my skin tone, so I'm just gonna swoop that up on my sponge, start packing this on. Now this foundation, it is a full coverage foundation. It is very popular in the Middle East because it is powder base. It is great for hot climate. I think anything powder base is really good for anyone who has oily skin. No, shiny skin, oily skin, it's really good. But with this kind of foundation you do have to work quite fast. And the best way of application, what I find, is to literally just dab it on, and you can build up the coverage. Now with this one, with J7, I like to go around the perimeters of my face and leave the center. Now I'm going to go in with B5, which is a slightly lighter shade, and this is going in the center of my face, and I'm going to be blending this out. Apologies for the traffic noise outside. Like I've said, I live quite close to central London, and it's just something that I cannot avoid, unfortunately. Now with Grimace Cake Makeup there is a primer that you can use. I do have the primer, but I find the application becomes quite lotiony. The application is not as smooth for some reason, so I find that every time I use it I have to use a primer like a good hour before, so it is soaked up by my skin. But you guys know me, after I do a makeup tutorial I literally just take it all off. So I'm going to pop this on everywhere from the center outwards. Good thing about this, I do not need a powder to set it because it does dry powder. It does give you a pretty good coverage as well. It is cake makeup, so there is absolutely nothing natural about this. I'd say cake makeup is going to be quite good for bridals and theatrical makeup as well, but like I said, you are not going to look natural. This gives you a flawless porcelain skin. You just need to be able to blend it well. Now for my eyebrows, I'm just going to be using a brown and a black matte eyeshadow, and this is just to kind of shape out my brows a little bit more. Now as you guys know, I don't really use any primer on my eyelids, but today I plan to use some glitter, so I'm going to be using something. I'm going to be using NW30 Studio Finish Concealer. I'm going to pop that on. You don't always have to use a primer on your skin if your skin takes makeup quite well. And if you have been watching some of my other makeup tutorials, you guys will know that I barely use eye primer. Okay, so let's start off with some crease colours. I'm going to be taking this reddish brown mixed in with a little bit of orange here as well. You guys know that I love using orange in the crease because I feel that on my skin tone it really warms up any eyeshadows that I put on. So I'm just taking a crease brush and just applying this above my crease line and buffing it upwards. Also let me know what you guys think of this talk through tutorial rather than a voiceover. So now what I'm doing, I'm just applying a brown eyeshadow and I'm just going back into the crease and just deepening it a bit more. I will leave all the products that I have used in the description box below, but nowadays you can find dupes for pretty much anything. So even if you don't have the palettes that I have, don't worry about it. Just go into a drugstore and I'm pretty sure you will find something very similar. The shadows that I'm using in my crease, they are all matte colours. I'm just going to go back to my concealer again, just taking a small amount of this and applying it underneath my brows to act as a highlighter, and then I will blend it downwards. Now I'm going to take some black eyeshadow, again it's going to be matte, and I'm applying this right into my crease and cutting it. I'm just applying this in the outer corner and then I'm going to be blending it out. Now going back to my concealer again, and this time I'm going to be using this to pat onto the lower lid, and this is going to help me cut my crease. Okay, so that's my crease cut done. So if you find that you struggle with cutting your crease with normal eyeshadow, just go ahead and pop a little bit of concealer on, and it helps to get you that crisp, clean line. Now I'm going to be using some glitter. This I made myself. I do have a video on it as well. I don't think it's a great way of pressing pigments. I've heard so many things on social media where they have started to mold. My one hasn't started to mold, but it's not as firm as normal eyeshadow pan, but it's good enough for me. So the pigment colour I'm taking, it is from Stargazer. I'm going to start by pressing this on to my lid. Now while this is settling into my eyelids, I'm going to be starting off with the bottom part of my eyes now. I'm going to be using Rebel Eyes gel liner from MAC. And clearly it has dried up, but it's okay. I'm still going to make it work. I like to smudge out the bottom liner anyway, so it doesn't need to be neat. So now I'm just going to take some brown eyeshadow and just run this underneath, and this will just help to blow out this harsh black line. Okay, so time for some black eyeliner. I'm going to be using the Inglot number 77 gel eyeliner with a angle brush. Now this is quite hard to do, especially if you have glitter on already, so I should have maybe put the liner down first, or at least left a small gap, but that's okay because once I put the lashes on, you would not be able to see the uneven liner. I'm also going to be using this black liner and just adding a little bit of darkness in the outer corner here and then blending it out. Okay, so for lashes today I'm going to be using Yasmine, and these are the 3D foaming lashes, and you can get them from fatiasworld.com. I do have a discount code and it's all in the description box below for you guys. I'm going to be using the Anastasia contour kit, and this is the medium to tan, taking the darker shade. I'm just going to add this around, just around the usual places. This palette doesn't give me as defined contour as I normally like. It's a little bit lighter than the sleek one. I do like my NW58 Studio Fix powder, which I like using as a contour, but for now this will do. I think this palette was so hyped up. I don't think the powder one is that great. I have been on eBay. I'm a bit of a bargain hunter, me, and a bit of a lazy shopper as well. I like doing things online, and I went on eBay and I have found so many different palettes that have come up very similar to this for quite cheap. Obviously I don't know what the quality of the product is like, but I have bought products such as my £10 blush palette that you guys have seen me use. I have also bought the 120 eyeshadow palette. I have bought the 88 shimmer palette. I have bought quite a few things from eBay which are dupes for these big brands, and they are just as good. And that's mainly because a lot of these big brands, they would go to companies and factories that already make them and they just slap a logo on top. I know some people are going to disagree with me, but this is my own personal opinion. Makeup is just something you're going to wash off anyway, so a lot of the time you can find cheaper alternative. For a bit of blush today, I'm going to be using Style by MAC, and this is more of a peachy golden blush. Quite subtle. It doesn't show up as much on my skin tone, but it does give it a really nice kind of a golden touch. So it's quite nice. I'm just going to add a little bit of Raisin, which is this one right here. It's a burnt orange colour. I'm just going to add this underneath. I like using this colour more as a bronzer. Right, for mascara today I'm going to be using the Upward Lash Mascara. This is from MAC. The wand on it, it's very nice and small, so it's perfect for my lashes. I'm going to be using Kiko Lip Pencil, and this is in the shade 710. Doesn't have a name, I think it just has a number, but it's a purpley brown reddish colour. And this is the finished look. If you have liked this video, then please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you lovelies very soon.